Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Why don't you guys sit back and enjoy this video? Let's go for a ride.
Like, comment, subscribe,
and ring the bell.
Okay, so you want to succeed in lease. I'm going to give you a little tidbit here on what we did to survive a time off period, and then we had a breakdown following it. What had happened is we went home for, what, 4 days? I think we went to my daughter's for 4 days, yeah, 4th of July, and when we came back, the truck broke down. And it was down before we even left the terminal, so it was down for 3 days. So we had 7 days off, and what that means is no paycheck, plus I had 7 days of truck payments to pay. $1,025 plus the thing. All the total, everything was $1,250, okay? Now, this didn't fall all on the same week. We had one small load that we got paid that week from when we came into the terminal, but it was like $400, not much for anything. So we basically didn't get a paycheck, plus I was going to be, about $900, well, no, more than that, because we had truck repairs, so on and so forth. So you wonder, well, okay, that sounds like you're not really succeeding there in lease. No, that's trucking. Stuff like this happens. The problem is you need to be prepared for it. So simply, number one, not living paycheck to paycheck helps. So it was like, okay, well, this sucks, but we don't get a paycheck. I can go into the hole for X amount of money and dig out. Well, what do I always say? Don't go in the hole. If I would have just let it ride, I would have went into the hole about $980. So I took $1,000 from my e-fund. Yes, the e-fund. Remember, we talked about that in the last video. Make sure you have yourself an e-fund. Build it up as quick as you can before you start going home and playing games like that. My screen just cracked. Okay, so build it up as quick as you can before you go home. Well, I have a decent e-fund, but get this. I ordered a new truck. So I took basically $3,200 of my e-fund, $4,200 of my e-fund. I forgot they took $1,000 deposit to order the truck, and then $3,200 towards the down payment of all the extras I bought for the truck. I got $6,000 in extras, so I owe them $3,000 or $6,200 in extras. So balance is $3,000. So at this time, I've got that coming in and everything. So it's like, okay, I need to play this right, or I can end up really deeply in the hole. Well, I go into my e-fund. I got a nice e-fund stack, so I told them, go ahead and they took the $1,000 a week before, so that was good. So I ended up having them take $4,200 out of my e-fund, the $3,200 to cover those the deposit on those parts, and I put $1,000, and I left $1,000 to pay me. Well, when the statement comes around and everything, I needed $980 to keep me out of the hole. I was out of the hole. I got a whopping $20 check, and yeah, everything's great. I didn't go in the hole. So this our last week, we knocked it out of the park. We had a big week to really, if you take what we made for last week, and we divide it by 2, we had 2 great weeks instead of one stellar week, because even though we didn't make anything, this one week basically was a really good week because we worked hard. I picked the loads knowing I needed to make big revenue to make up for being out all that time. And yeah, now we're that's all behind us. I owed $300 balance. I have that in my e-fund, but I decided not to burn it. So we're down. I think I'm down to $2,200 balance now because I've paid 2 of the $300 a week payments they're taking out. But yeah, I mean, that's how you do it, guys. That e-fund is important, and also getting yourself to where you're not living paycheck to paycheck. And if you're not sure what living paycheck to paycheck is, it's if you're not able to put money away in your savings account. Oh, that's CB.
Yeah.
If you're not able to put money away in your savings account because you're barely covering your bills, you're living paycheck to paycheck. And that is a dangerous thing to do, because generally you have no backup money if something goes wrong. And if you're going to run a lease, you're running a small business, you need to have backup money if something goes wrong. E-fund helps big time, but you also need to get out of living paycheck to paycheck. You might not be able to do it right away because you've got a lot of debt, but the way to do it is to get out of that debt. Pay off start with your highest credit card or your highest credit card interest. Your credit cards that have the highest interest on them, start there. Get those paid off and work your way down. Get all those things paid off. And then you can stop living paycheck to paycheck. And hey, how do you feel about not living paycheck to paycheck, Melissa?
You mean how we're doing now?
No, how do you feel about it? Doesn't it make you feel at ease?
Oh yeah, I'm secure.
Yeah, exactly. You're secure. You know, but it could take you a minute to do that, but just work at it. You know, one of the other things that you might do to try to get off that paycheck to paycheck, if you have a family member you can borrow some money from, that they have some money to where they can really give you a low interest loan, let's say, and, you know, consolidate everything and then just pay them back, you could save a lot of interest that way. But, you know, you gotta have a family member. Anyways, hope this helped. E-fund, get off paying, living paycheck to paycheck. Don't go home too much. When you go home, make sure you have e-fund to cover it, and you're golden.